Once again, Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to the LI Sports Network for our first Varsity Monday night doubleheader in 2023. Game one of our doubleheader saw the Kings Park Comac Knights walk to victory 8-0 over the West Islip Lions, further stretching their lead in first place in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League Varsity Division. Game two of our doubleheader sees the East Islip Chiefs take on the Ward Melville Patriots in a battle of both teams trying to make a run for the playoffs. The Chiefs locking up their playoff spot. Ward Melville trying to get in. We'll see who can make some noise here tonight. The Chiefs come in 10-3-2, 22 points currently as they sit tied for second place in points, really holding the third place position because of the tie break with Smithtown Hauppauge. They won their last game 4-1 against St. Anthony's to get them to this position. Win tonight gets them back within 4 points of first place of Kings Park Comac. East Islip won the first meeting between these two teams 7-0. And we'll see if they can get into first place consideration. They're going to have to win it outright because they don't have any tie breaks owned over Smithtown Hauppauge currently or Kings Park Comac, the team they've lost to twice. But they do have a little bit of an easier road to the finish. No teams currently above them in the standings are going to be their opponents as we come down to the final 5 games. So we'll see what they can pull off and if they can make a miraculous run to try and get first place or any higher seeding than they currently sit in right now. They're probably going to need a little more scoring for the playoffs. They do score a lot of goals, but they come from a few players. Ryan Anatra, Anthony Pepe, Dominic Magro, Thomas Ivers, just to name a few. We'll see if these other players can step up like Luke LaFata, Brian Slattery, Jesse Burns has been hot. Andrew Worst needs to keep it going, and we'll see if they can pick it up and really find an extra gear to make a run in the playoffs. But they're going to really need to play disciplined hockey. They take the most penalties in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. So we'll see if they can figure out how to play the disciplined hockey and stay out of the penalty box. On the other side of the ice, the Ward Melville Patriots come into the game 2-13, just 5 points, currently sitting in 10th place after coming off a 7-0 loss to Northport Huntington. They're currently on a 5-game losing streak in which they've been shut out 3 times. However, there's a chance that they can make the playoffs. They play Middle Country and West Islip back-to-back, the two teams that they have to leapfrog in order to try and get into the playoffs. So we'll see if they can make up some ground, win some games, and steal some points. We're going to see if the coaching staff makes a tough decision here, splitting up Captain James Clifford and Jake Mangano, the 2 leading points getters for the Ward Melville Patriots. Got to try to spark something. You're not really getting a lot of production from your second and third lines. So we'll see what they draw up here to try and get around this tough Chiefs defense. They got to keep their cool. They have players that do take some penalties, do lose their heads a little bit, but they got to let the game unfold. East Islip, as I mentioned before, takes so many penalties. The power play opportunities are going to be there, but can they capitalize? And if they can, this could be a close game, and Ward Melville could have a chance. Warm-ups are just about over. The teams are huddling at their benches, so I'm going to take a short break, and when we come back, it's Chiefs, it's Patriots, and it's live. Game 2 of the Monday Night Doubleheader right here on the LI Sports Network. We're underway here from the rinks in Hauppauge, New York. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and spending part of your Monday night with us as we take in East Islip Ward Melville. Game 16 for each of these teams, and starts off with East Islip turning it over. James Clifford with Jake Mangano into the zone, letting a shot go, but it got blocked by Jesse Burns before it could reach Corey McGovern. Getting the nod tonight for East Islip, and on the other side, this shot from Anthony Pepe hits the post past the shoulder of Chris Hintz in net for the Patriots. Both teams pretty good chances, not able to convert. See now if it can settle down. The Chiefs now in the zone with Worst, backhanding away from Brody. Getting the puck deep, it pops out. It's taken there by Tyler DePaolo, who feeds it up for Ortiz. He pushes it along the blue line, but not far enough out of the zone. East Islip chips it right back in and gets a change. Patriots send it into the East Islip zone. Trying to get off on the right foot here, score first possibly. Matthew Brody spinning out, looking to keep it away. Pass up. LaFada trying to send over. It's cut off by Bendelowitz. He finds Boucher. Bendelowitz moving in ahead, loses the puck. Farazi. Pass up past the Natra all the way down. This one gonna go for icing. Mangano wins this face-off back. Ryan Breslin puts it down low, cut off by Colin Wills and swung around. Clifford couldn't get in front of Slattery. Up from Marizito, over to Clark, back to Marizito, and he hits the post. Back-to-back near tallies are near misses for the Chiefs. Is now another shot, there's a goal! Third time's the charm for East Islip. It's Anthony Marizito getting on the board first, and East Islip has a 1-0 lead. Tough angled shot there from Marizito, beating Hintz. Chiefs off and running. That one coming from Christian Anatra. Marizito's third goal of the season. Another player that the Chiefs are looking to try and heat it up here. Clifford now. Mangano awaits at the blue line. Over to, and they score! Clifford to Mangano, the law firm hooks up, and just a couple seconds later, we are tied. First official shot for both teams is a goal. Nice passing from Clifford and Mangano, showing me that I have no idea what I'm talking about, asking them to be split up. Who needs to split them up? Creating goals left and right for this Patriots squad, keeping them alive as well as they can. Jake Mangano's 10th goal of the season. His team leading 10th goal. Comes 45 seconds after the Marizito tally. We are off and running, folks. We saw an 8-0 victory by Kings Park Comac a game the Knights just ran away with. And now we already have 1 goal aside. Buckle up, this could be a good one. Hobbs, Anatra scores! Oh my, what a goal, Ryan Anatra. And the lead goes back to the Chiefs, 2-1. Three shots in the game, 3 goals. If this is the pace we're gonna play at, this is gonna be a highly contested contest. Anatra now wins this face-off back. Burns takes it, backhands it in. For the moment, though, it's cleared all the way down by Michael Malandrucolo. Daddario. Pass for Burns, trying to feed Anatra. Anatra walking his way to the net, short side, shut down by Hintz. Dominic Magro down in front. Pass hops over the stick of Joseph Penny. Now the other way comes Mangano. Scalaro going to that. Mangano feeds across. What a save, McGovern! And the rebound is controlled. For sure, I thought another tally was coming, but Corey McGovern shuts the door, making his first save of the hockey game, a good one at that. We remain 2-1. It's off the faceoff, Ryan Breslin shoots it up into the netting. That Ryan Anatra goal comes unassisted, his 15th of the year, and even 30 points now for the centerman on East Islip. Now Thomas Ivers looking to join the points party. 19 assists for Ivers this season, league leading. Rather it was. Nicholas Berhalter now has 20. We get a whistle here. Ryan Breslin to the box. So an East Islip power play. They're going to try to capitalize here. It's Pepe now behind his net. Sends it back up for Rozzi. Fans on the pass. Taken here, Mangano. Loses sight of it. It was a line drive that hit him in the glove. He's able to relocate it though and finds a streaking Hobbs, who was sandwiched and has the puck taken away. Now Worst, streaking back into the zone. He'll cut, turn, look, drop for Pepe. Pepe, over to Anatra, down to Worst. Worst, tough angle, in front for Burns, one time wouldn't go. Pepe's shot, high and wide. Clear. Tried to go all the way down. East Islip knocks it down with a high stick. This is going to result in a face-off down in the East Islip zone. High-flying action here. Ryan Breslin in the box for slashing. That was the call. Shorthanded chance now for the Patriots down in the East Islip zone. Chiefs, however, win the faceoff, and it's Lena. Sending ahead to Slattery, trying to feed Marazita. Tied up with Malandrucolo. Mangano comes over to join the fray, but it's Slattery out with it off the outside of the net. Slattery pushes it around for Rozzi. Nice drag move, but he loses it to Bendelowitz. Bendelowitz lets a shot go wide past the net of McGovern. Ivers picks it up. He's trying to speed ahead on the power play. Over the blue line, Ivers dragging through the slot, spins away, Finds Slattery in the slot. His shot wide. Marizito tries to pop it over the net. Didn't have enough on it. Landed behind the net. Now it's swung out to Ferrazzi. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Up top. Ivor sends it down. Short side. Marizito knocked away by Hintz. Power play expires. Slattery drops it for Marizito down below the goal line. Malandrucolo is stickless, his stick sitting behind his net, tying up Marizito. The puck pops free. Slattery, some help from Lena, keeps it in. Back down to Marizito, he passes it up. Malandrucolo with the stick pinned right up against his puck. Chose not to pick up his stick and play it, instead kick it. Now another player stickless as this one goes flying wide past the net from Marizito. Another chance for Marizito, walking and shooting. Hintz makes the save. Play comes to a halt. Ref lost sight of the puck, so just under halfway through the first period. The action's been fast and furious so far. Three goals off the opening 3 shots. It's kind of settled down a little bit. Since then, we've gotten some saves. But the offensive action has been hot and heavy. It's Penny now. Takes a hit, tries to work through it. Matthew Anderson, who sends James Clifford on his way. Hobbs hustling to join the fray. Nice play there by Brody. Rejecting the pass from Clifford. He works it back out to Breslin. Forces it back down. And the second time, it'll get deep. Brody trying to get around Anderson. Brody speeding ahead, cutting over the blue line. Brody knocked off the puck by DePaula, now trying to beat Breslin there. Shoulders into the big body defenseman and then wrestles him down to the ice. Brody throws one last hit against Breslin as Clifford comes the other way, loses the puck to Christian Anatra into the corner, but re-picks it up. Clifford, feed, Mangano off the touch pass from Hobbs. Couldn't find it. DePaula hustles back, able to take it in. Touch pass from Hobbs. Sends Clifford into the zone. Clifford drops for Hobbs. Sends him on his way down low, but he's tied up with Burns there. Worst ahead to Pepe, tries to drag, cut around Daniel Breslin to no avail. Clifford awaiting in the neutral zone. Couldn't get the pass, Ward Melville didn't have possession, so they'll reset now with DePaula trying to move away from Ivers with some help from Daniel Breslin. Mangano turns it over to Ivers, who throws it in front, sticked away by Clifford. And now Hobbs over to Mangano. Pass back for Hobbs, was blocked, pinballed around some players. It's picked up by Anthony Pepe, and a long stretch pass for Andrew Worst finds him into the zone. Worst shot, blocked away by Breslin. Jesse Burns pinches down, keeps it in momentarily. Second chance clear here by Mangano, lofts all the way up off the ceiling. Drops back down, but we will get a stoppage in play. Ferrazzi, his shot blocked, far corner. Picked up by Lafada. Luke Lafada trying to send it back up. It's Boucher trying to send Anderson ahead. Pass was just out of his reach, intercepted by Burns, and he changes course. Boucher couldn't take it in. Anatra, a goal already. Sends it back up to Dario, his slap. Blocked, never made its way to Hintz. Anderson now can't reach it. Burns will loft over the blue line, trying to locate Anatra. Hintz sticks it aside. It wraps around. Comes to Burns. Jesse Burns with some space, skates ahead. Cuts through some defenders. Burns lets a shot go, stunning Hintz off the blocker. The save is made. Lafada to Farazi. He lets one go wide. Lena. Nice move around. Sends a shot. Kick save. Chris Hintz. Anatra at center. Starts up the engines. Anatra drops to Farazi. Spin move. Sends it in front. Bouncing a couple times. Covered up by Hintz. Nifty work there from Lucas Farazi. Able to get it on net. Couldn't be jammed home. So we're still locked 2-1. 4 minutes now to go in the first. Lena steps around Ortiz, feeds it down to Slattery. In front for Clark. Stuffed it on, but another save for Chris Hintz. Ortiz off the face-off, backhands it out of the zone. It's a foot race now to get it. McGovern out of his net to play it. He'll steer it aside for Brody. Brody trying to sweep it around. Malandrucolo fighting for it with Brody. Tried to send it in front. Ortiz locked up with Lena. Couldn't get a stick on that one as it pinballed in front of the net. Slattery now leading the 3-on-2 charge. Clark and Marizito. With him over the line, Marizito in front for Clark. Bounced off a stick of a Patriot. And it comes out of the zone with some help from Ortiz. Lena sweeps it back in. Hintz out of his net to play it. Long clear. Hits Slattery on the way out. Hobbs, loft pass. Initially offsides. Clifford came into the zone a little too quickly. They touch up and go right back at it. But Slattery makes his move, cuts around some players, in over the blue line. Slattery trying to drag through, couldn't get it through Ryan Breslin. Mangano pops it up, walking it out of the zone. Trying to rescue it, he does, and he gets some help from Clifford as he walks it through center over the blue line. James Clifford, little drag move, down below the goal line. Clifford, draped by Daddario. Clifford from Hobbs, back to Clifford, up to Daniel Breslin, shot, let go, save, McGovern, and the rebound turned aside. Pass over to DePaula, he lets a slap shot go, but he fanned. Now he's on the rebound. DePaula down low for Hobbs, couldn't get anything away. Taken there by Ryan Anatra, and he wants to go. Anatra over the blue line, loses it, Magro overskates it. Now it'll be Hobbs, up to Mangano, sees some space. Anatra trying to close him off. A save made there by McGovern. Mangano now to Hobbs in the slot. Couldn't take that pass in. Now here come the Chiefs the other way. Anatra tried to kick it to himself. 100 ticks to go here in the first. Anatra in front, out of the reach of Magro. Burns collects it, shoots it, and sends it wide. Errant pass. Bendelowitz trying to split defenders, closed off by Burns, comes in onside. Bendelowitz, Anderson going to the net, couldn't get the pass there to him. Anatra loses it. Anderson, hard hit there from Burns, takes the puck away. Ward Melville trying to win it back, can't do so, finds Dominic Magro. Here he comes over the red line, Magro over the blue, until he's finally stopped. Patriots whack it out. Bendelowitz over the blue line, slap shot off the skates of Burns. Behind the net, East Islip pops it free. Here comes Burns, long pass for Pepe. One touch on to Worst, off the bench, drop for Ivers. Trying to set it up, Colin Wills lets a little bit of a slapper go. Flubs wide of the net, now Scalaro. Will reverse course, send it around past Malandrucolo, and it's picked up by Anthony Pepe. 30 seconds, Thomas Ivers looking for a feed, trying to get some help from Andrew Worst. Pass tied him up a little bit, but he's able to get it up to Colin Wills. Worst and Wills play catch, over to Burns, he wants it. Lets a shot go with the wrist. It's gloved down and held by Chris Hintz. After 3 goals in the span of a minute, we've had no tallies. We're 13 seconds away from completing the period with just those 3 goals. Ivers, though, feeds Burns. He lets another one go, and another glove save for Chris Hintz. Wills, one last chance for Burns. He sent that slap shot wide, and that'll do it for the first period. 3 goals, Marizito and Anatra for East Islip. Jake Mangano for Ward Melville. That brings us to 2-1 East Islip after 1 period right here on the LI Sports Network. Before we start the second period, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something that happened tonight in the sports world. Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills took a hit in the football game tonight, Monday Night Football, and collapsed on the field. Had to be administered CPR and given an AED, so prayers up to him and his family and the whole Buffalo Bills organization and all their players. We hope he is okay. Had to be ambulanced off. He's taken to a hospital, has a pulse, is in critical condition, but we hope he is okay. We hope he makes a recovery. And again, prayers to him and his family. Such a scary thing to see in sports, and something you never want to see. It's why we always say we want the best for these kids. We never want to see them get hurt. We want to see them take the ice every day. We want to see them do their best, because sports is such a fun thing, and it's such a blessing to be able to be a part of something so special and so fun. So again, one last time, prayers to Damar Hamlin and his family and the whole Buffalo Bills organization. We hope that he is okay. We'll go back now with the game. Ryan Breslin's taking another penalty, an interference call. He'll sit 2 minutes in the box. He'll send East Islip on another power play now. Up 2-1 in this game. Another whistle upcoming here. And I believe this is going to be an elbowing call against Jesse Burns, and that is going to negate the power play, and we're going to play 4-on-4 for 1:43. This game opened with a really pond hockey style, very open hockey. I don't want to say open twice. But now that it's 4-on-4, there's going to be a lot of space, so we'll see if we get a little more of that openness and a lot of back and forth speed play, though. East Islip here trying to set up a little bit of offense. Something that they also have to work on that I didn't touch on in the pregame is their 5-on-5 work. They've done a better job as of late. Worst tries to walk in. A one-time slap shot there from Brody. Brody gets deflected wide. But they really need to work on setting up offense. Or rather, 5-on-5 offense. They do a very nice job in transition, and they can score with the best of them. But against a team like Kings Park Comac, who we saw just absolutely lock down the transition game of Kieran Pollard, they're not going to give you those open transition looks. So it's going to be so imperative that they control the puck, establish offensive zone time, and have success converting 5-on-5 goals, because that's what it's going to take. You're going to have to move Joseph O'Neill around. We saw Connor McGrain pitch a shutout tonight, 22 saves for the Kings Park Comac Knights. So they have a goalie tandem that can do it with the best of them, as Anatra now looking for number 2, had that shot turned aside by Chris Hintz. So we'll see if East Islip can, in the last 5 games, figure out their 5-on-5 play. Slattery now, tied up with Tyler DePaula. Puck slid into the crease of Chris Hintz. He'll cover up, get a whistle. 7 seconds to go on the Breslin penalty, 25 on the Burns penalty. Slap shot from Daddario, covered up by Hintz. Right off the face-off, East Islip has really taken some offensive chances. They converted on one. That was the Anatra goal. That is the difference right now. As this face-off is won back too cleanly. Breslin set to come out of the box. It's Lena controlling as Breslin gets to the bench, allowing Ortiz to come onto the ice. Lena now dumps it cross corners. Daniel Breslin takes a spill. We saw in the last game, a couple players have a problem with their footing. Might have been due to the ice conditions. We weren't really sure. Never really played a big part in the game. Of course, Kings Park winning 8-0, but it hasn't seemed to be a problem here yet. Breslin taking that little bit of a spill. Not sure if he got run into, taken down, or if it was the ice. We're going to keep an eye on that because the snow has been piling up. Some pucks have been left behind in that first game. Marizito's shot goes high off the glass. So we'll see if it plays a factor here. Who knows? Maybe East Islip leaves a puck behind and allows Ward Melville to try and get a break the other way. There's a shot there from Slattery. Somebody's stick is broken. I believe it's Scalaro, and he is in discomfort and pain as this one is slid past Hintz. Scalaro down on the bench. We'll keep an eye on that, but now Ryan Breslin ahead in the change. Not the most offensive of players. Had a chance. Not really speed, more so power. Scalaro getting checked out on the bench. His stick in 2 over in the left face-off circle of the Ward Melville zone. Now Slattery will take this long pass ahead and move into the the Ward Melville zone. Malandrucolo chips it around. Trying to get some help from Hobbs. It scoots its way to Mangano. Over the red line, Jake Mangano, opposed by Jesse Burns and Matthew Daddario. Two of the tougher defenders for East Islip. Bendelowitz crashes in, takes it in, walking and shooting, rebound, shut down by McGovern. Couple saves here from the East Islip goaltender. Preserve the lead. Gets the first on the tip and the second one from Hobbs. He's gotten as well. Keep an eye out for Lucas Scalaro. Again, hope he is okay. Skated off under his own power. Malandrucolo drops back off the face-off to retrieve this. Looks like he's got a fresh stick. Gonna take a second, compose himself as Ivers lets one go. Knocked down by the glove. The rebound, sliding save, Chris Hintz. Luke LaFada crashing in on the rebound off the shot from Thomas Ivers. Chris Hintz, good positional save there. Keeps this game 2-1. We approach 10 minutes to go here in the second. Ferrazzi Nice kick save there by Hintz. Mangano clears it out. Some help from a player that I don't believe I'm too familiar with. Maybe a call-up perhaps, as McGovern makes a sliding poke almost dangerously onto the stick of Clifford as it goes back in front and is pushed wide. I'm just now realizing it was brought to my attention. I was keeping an eye out. That is Luke Richard, I believe making his debut for the Ward Melville Patriots. Might have been calling him Matthew Anderson. I don't know if Anderson is here. I believe he is. I think I see him on the bench. So Luke Richard is here helping to fill in for the Ward Melville Patriots. This is turned over. Lafada lets it go from the slot wide off the glass. Richard this season, 12 games on JV, 6 goals and an assist. So obviously just a little bit of a depth move to try and help get some rest for the rest of the players on the Ward Melville roster, knowing that they were going to be going up against a tough, a gritty, and a physical team in the East Islip Chiefs. Anatra now off the face-off, up to Lena, quick pass, over to Brody, walking and shooting one. High past Hintz. Lena keeps it down. Magro takes it away from DePaula. Hobbs trying to help it out. Boucher couldn't get there. There is Matthew Anderson. So he is in attendance. There's this one thrown high past Hintz. Boucher pokes it past Lena. Hobbs now trying to go. Has the stick flung out of his hands. And then Hobbs throws a hard hit there on Brody. However, it's Brody with the last laugh, taking the puck out, trying to get around to Paula. He does, now throws a hit on Breslin as he moves the puck around, but it's Magro cutting it off. Back down low, another hard hit, and the reversal from Brody on Breslin. As now after the play, some exceptions taken. Daniel Breslin all over Matthew Brody. A big hit thrown behind the Ward Melville net. Daniel Breslin liking none of it. After a consecutive couple hard hits. See now what comes of this. Brody being shown the box. Is Breslin gonna go to? He is. So coincidental penalties possibly. Referees discussing. We should possibly be getting 5-on-5 hockey. His displeasure is being voiced to my left and my right. Five on five, so it is going to be coincidental. I believe both roughing calls. It is. Breslin and Brody. So 8 minutes to go. 2-1 East Islip. The difference right now, the goal by Ryan Anatra. Jake Mangano sends one wide as he walks into the zone. Comes all the way out now, and here's a lead pass for Anthony Pepe. Andrew Worst going to the net. Pepe shoots, and he scores! Anthony Pepe keeps the hot hand going, and the lead is 2 for East Islip. Transition scoring team. They score in transition all the time. It's like clockwork. They're so good. Pepe from Ivers. Ivers' 20th assist of the season. Anthony Pepe's 12th goal. Now some breathing room for East Islip. are looking to momentarily take sole possession of second place over the Smithtown Hop Hog Bulls with this victory if they can hold on. Daddario tying up Ortiz. Clifford tried to center that, wouldn't go. Worst loses his footing. That not a factor, the ice, just a little too hard of a stop. His feet came out from under him. This pass splits the defenders up at the blue line for Ward Melville, forcing DePaula to retreat now. Ivers on him. It's tipped up ahead. Lucas Scalaro back out on the ice. So here comes James Clifford feeding in front. That shot from Ortiz off the outside of the net. Worst now to Ivers. Thomas Ivers with some speed has Worst going to the net. Drop pass for Pepe. Shot wide. Ivers rebound, couldn't get there, closed off. Scalaro touches it on for Clifford. He's got Mangano with him. James Clifford drops for Ortiz and he slides it wide. Scalaro stepping in, going down low. Ortiz gets off on the change. Mangano takes the puck away. Scalaro battling Daddario, trying to keep it in. He cannot. Pepe now up to Worst with Ivers. 3-on-1. Burns joining the fray. DePaula back. Ivers around. Burns. Nice save. Chris Hintz. Another chance right in front. Worst. Door shut by Chris Hintz. Patriots will clear it all the way down. Icing going to be signaled. But Chris Hintz shuts the door a couple times to keep this a 3-1 game. Colin Wills now from the blue line, lets a shot go. Hit Hobbs, keeps it in front of him. Hobbs now, trying to make something happen, drops for Boucher. Boucher sliding one on, and a save is made by McGovern, and then he covers up. Brody and Breslin now released from the boxes, go sit on their respective benches. Now Boucher trying to move ahead with that face-off. Got poked back out to Slattery, who works through the hit from Bendelowitz, but loses the puck in the process, allowing Breslin to clear out to center. Lena corrals, throws in. Chiefs touch up, then head in after it. Malandrucolo around to Bendelowitz. Bendelowitz loses it to Clark. Marizito in the slot, he scores! Anthony Marizito, number 2, he's heating up, and the lead is 3. Patriots throw this one on net, covered up by McGovern. Marizito came into this game with 2 goals, has now doubled his goal total for the season. Touched on it in the pregame. East Islip got to start getting some hands hot going into the playoffs, and Anthony Marizito seems to be finding the touch at the right time. They're going a little bit of the season without really finding the back of the net. He's really found it as of late, and he has 2 big goals here tonight. As Anatra now over to Farazi, just flubbed it wide. Anatra gets it back to Farazi, tries to send it in front, and it got pushed wide by LaFada. Here's a shot from Christian Anatra, and a nice glove save there from Chris Hintz. Mangano trying to poke it ahead. Rejects that clear from Brody. As Richard joining him in the play. Richard parked in front. Mangano feeds it down to Richard, and it rolls on net. It's covered up there by McGovern. Clifford run hard into the boards there by Brody, I believe. I think it is. My eyesight's not that great, but I try my best. So just please stick with me. It is Matthew Brody, so look, I was right. Ha. Long clear, cut off by Christian Anatra at the blue line. He just moves it away. It's taken in by Mangano, and then the long pass from DePaula hits the stick of Magro and pops out of play. Four minutes to go here in the second. Ward Melville has managed just 9 shots. They've scored on 1. But East Islip has also controlled a lot of the play. Really taking the puck in and out and running at will. Ryan Clark sends this face-off over, gets some help from Penny. Finds its way back to Jesse Burns, who tries to feed it up to Dominic Magro. But his dumping attempt would go no further than the penalty box. Burns over to Daddario. He has a little more success. He's able to find the entryway into the zone. Or it's taken away by Hobbs now and sent up for Bendelowitz. Bendelowitz gets tied up, but he moves it over to Hobbs. He has Anderson coming with him. Hobbs back to Bendelowitz. And the puck was out of the reach of him and Anderson. DePaula stepping in. It bounces off his stick, and it finds now Hobbs. Left face-off circle. Has some options in his pass off the skates of Daddario. Now Clark. Magro waits on the blue line. Clark comes into the zone. The pass out of the reach of Daddario sends it right back in front off the skates of Ryan Breslin. Now this is going to allow Bendelowitz to come out of the zone. Off the clear pass. But East Islip projects it at center, and it comes right back in. Long pass here. DePaula. Daddario sliding to knock it down. It's going to be ruled a hand pass. Chiefs trying to start 2023 off on the right foot and just handle business in their last 5 games. If they do so, they are going to find them in a really good position, because as Pepe now walking in from the pass from Ivers, his shot, I believe, hit Breslin, blocked wide. Pepe rebound, nice save there. Chris Hintz, the rebound rolling on, covered up momentarily. But Hintz decides to continue to keep play moving. East Islip going to find themselves in a really good spot. They've set themselves up well. Record-wise handling business to start the season now. Clifford steals this from Ivers. Clifford coming ahead. Clifford couldn't get a shot away. The rebound in the crease. McGovern dives and covers up. The way that the schedule works out for East Islip, Kings Park, Smithtown, and St. Anthony's are all going to have to play each other at the end of the season. So somebody's going to have to lose those games or get just 1 point if you tie. Because I've said somebody's going to lose before, and it really didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. But the way that you look at it, if you're the Chiefs and you can run the table in these last 5 and win all of them, that's 10 points. You get to 32, and if teams are going to be losing points, it's a pretty good chance that you're going to find yourself in either second or possibly even first if Kings Park Colmac slips a little bit against some tough competition down the stretch. So good start so far here for the Chiefs. See if they can close it out. Minute and a half to go here in the second as Clifford kicks save McGovern and he covers up. We will see if they can handle the business that they're supposed to. Work their way up in the standings. Not much higher to go, but still room to go. And also wanting to get right for the playoffs. It's not about just being in it. It's not about being the best team in the regular season. It's about getting hot at the right time. We saw that last year. SCHSHL, they got hot at the right time. So this shot from Tyler DePaula is saved by McGovern. And East Islip felt the wrath of SCHSHL getting hot at the right time. Bounced in the first round. SCHSHL made a run to the finals, eventually falling to the champions St. Anthony's Friars. So now the Chiefs looking for a little bit of vengeance. Made a trip up to States. Had a nice showing there. There's now Farazi, long stretch pass in, feeds it over, and that was sent wide by LaFada. Anatra takes this one away from Bendelowitz. Sends down to LaFada, up to Brody. His shot turned aside by Hintz. LaFada. Some help from Anatra. Ryan Anatra tucks it down low below the goal line. 45 seconds to go now in the second. It's LaFada having the puck taken away from him. Bendelowitz wanting to go ahead. It's kept in. It's played by a high stick on Ward Melville, touched by East Islip. Play continues on. Brody, long shot high off the glass. Lena stepping to it, keeping it in. Away from Richard. A pass there from Anatra. Too hot for LaFada to handle. Brody stepping to it, losing the puck. Boucher, 10 seconds, one last rush. Bendelowitz draws a slashing penalty here. The pass came across, couldn't be taken in. 3 seconds to go. Ward Melville is going to go back on the power play. Lucas Farazi going to go sit 2 minutes for slashing. The power play here for the Patriots as Mangano takes the face-off. It's sent down below the goal line. One last chance in front. A save had to be made by McGovern to end that period. But no harm, no foul for the Chiefs. The tallies in that period: Anthony Pepe and Anthony Marizito extend the lead 4-1. East Islip will take one last break, and then we'll bring you the final period of the Monday night doubleheader right here on the LI Sports Network. Final 15 is underway. It starts with Ward Melville on the power play, courtesy of the Lucas Farazi slashing minor. East Islip, though, doing a nice job of killing this penalty, keeping the puck in the zone. They're offsides right now, so we're just gonna have to exit. Hobbs, long pass across from Malin Druckalo. He's gonna stop, find Clifford, gonna look for some space. Feed Hobbs, who walks in over the left face-off dot, tried to return it to Clifford, but it was cut off by Pepe. Pepe now with Worst over the blue line. Pepe around Breslin. Pepe to the net, and the door was shut by Chris Hintz. Hobbs now finding Mangano, pass out of his reach, allows Burns to take slap all the way around the boards and all the way down for the clear. Hintz out of his net to play it, sets up Scalaro. He drops to Jake Mangano. Cuts over the red line. Mangano down the right wing below the goal. Mangano loses the puck. Christian Anatra runs into James Clifford, who pries it away and tries to feed Hobbs. His shot got tied up. Breslin now. Pass across as Burns drives him down. Hobbs. Puck on his stick. Breslin gonna step to it, try to let a slap shot go, and it gets blocked out now. Clark, Slattery with him. Clark, space, driving, over the left circle, backhand on, turned aside by Hintz. Power play expires. Back to 5-on-5. Clifford moving in, fanning on the shot as he cut in through the left face-off circle. Brody, Daddario now. Ahead, in, shot, score! Marizito hat trick, and the lead is 5-1. Get hot at the right time indeed. Anthony Marizito knew what needed to happen. He took it upon himself. Said, look no further than number 9 for some scoring. He's had a game of the year for himself. A 3-goal effort. Anatra wins this face-off back. Toward Melville, hard in on the forecheck, trying to make something happen. Benalowitz has it taken away now. Anatra cuts ahead. Ryan Anatra, pass behind Dominic Magro. Ortiz going to be the first there. Colin Wills cuts it off. Anatra walking into the zone, pass over, Magro, backhand, save Hintz, and he snatches it out of the air to hold on for the whistle. I want to take one more look at this goal here. It is Marizito. They've credited it to Matthew Daddario, who got the assist. I was unsure if that was him or Brody. So it's Daddario to Marizito. Anthony Marizito with a hat trick tonight as Burns' shot blocked painfully by Magro on the rebound, turned aside by Hintz. Magro hunched over in pain, gonna make his way to the bench. He'll go sit down, take a breather himself. Scalaro keeps this one in. Hobbs now looking for Mangano. Couldn't catch that pass cleanly. Catches up to it though. Back for Hobbs, back to Mangano, playing catch down below the goal line. Puck pinballs around, and Scalaro steps to it near side. Clifford works around a couple Chiefs, walking to the net. Clifford fended off by Burns. Burns pokes it away from an on-charging Hobbs. Scalaro, though, steps to it. Mangano. Chiefs not giving the Patriots any room to breathe. A smothering defense here by East Islip. As now Penny up to Anatra. Has Ivers waiting at the blue line. Ryan Anatra will drop to Thomas Ivers. He walks in, he shoots. Blocker save, Chris Hintz. Rebound somehow pushed wide by Ryan Anatra. Might have gotten tied up on the back check here as this one's pushed through the crease. Nobody home. Tyler DePaula. Walking ahead, DePaula. Works through a couple hits. Daddario tried to finish him off there. DePaula stayed on his feet, was able to move it. For the moment now is Thomas Ivers. It's a long pass, tries to get a step. DePaula catches up to him, takes the puck away. Alan Drucolo spins Ivers around, trying to help DePaula get out of the zone. 10 minutes to go now, and it's a 4-goal East Islip lead. Anderson, pass from Bendelowitz. Couldn't work into the zone cleanly. It'll be Malandrucolo now, working back. Pass up. Brody loses the puck momentarily. He's able to relocate it. Not too much pressure on him for the moment until Bendelowitz drives him into the boards, trying to take the puck away. Can't do so successfully. Now East Islip is going to recover. Speed ahead. Andrew Wurst cutting left to right in the slot. Over the dot. Shooting. Save Chris Hintz. Rebound is under Hintz. And nobody in the area, so he's got to keep it moving. Now the whistle will blow. This one drifts towards the net. Nobody there, but a whistle. A penalty being assessed here. It's going to be Daniel Breslin going again, slashing the call. So another power play for the Chiefs to try and really put this one away. For the Patriots, time is ticking. Again, they have big games coming up. They play Connecticut-Sayville next on Wednesday, January 11th. And then they play Middle Country and West Islip consecutive Wednesdays, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th. And they finish with Kings Park Comac January 30th. So not all hope lost yet. They can get right back into it, but they're going to have to win one of the Connecticut-Sayville Kings Park Comac games and get some help from the other teams in the league that are going to be playing Middle Country. As well as West Islip. They got some help tonight from Kings Park Comac, taking down the Lions, but not able to help themselves yet. As this pass up to Ryan Anatra, he lets it go, and a glove save held by Chris Hintz. Barring something big happening, Patriots going to drop to 2-14. 4 games to play. Going to really need to just win all of them. Like I said, they're going to definitely need to win the Middle Country and the West Islip game. Then if you win the Connecticut-Sayville game, that gets you to 11 points. And for the moment, as it stands right now, surpasses Middle Country. Some nice passing here. Magro back out on the ice. He couldn't finish off the passing. A blind backhand, found nobody. Here's a one-timer from Burns that got sent wide. Burns now to Wurst. Anatra down to Pepe. Pepe walking. Magro one time, fanned. Burns now picks it up, sends over to Wurst. Wurst, a couple nice moves walking to the net, had it taken away at the last moment. Keep it in for the time being. 30 seconds to go. Finally turned over and cleared down. So if Ward Melville can rattle off a couple wins and get some help, it's going to be a rubber match against West Islip. So even if West Islip wins, and then Ward Melville wins the West Islip game, and they both finish with 11 points. Nice blocker save, but the rebound, they score. Power play goal for East Islip. I believe that's going to be Thomas Ivers picking up that goal. See here on the rebound, more nice passing. Farazi Magro lets it go off the blocker, and yep, right on the outside of the net. That's Ivers' backdoor picking up the power play tally. And they do capitalize on the power play. All but salt this one away. We now have 7 minutes left to play. So if you're Ward Melville, this one will sting. Not able to take anything away from this game. But again, they still have a chance as Boucher trying to feed Richard in front, couldn't find him. They win the next 3 and they get some help. They find themselves in playoff position. And they will have won the season series against West Islip. But West Islip will need an extra victory should they get to 11 points prior to or after the Ward Melville meeting. Middle Country will have a tough road. They have to play Smithtown, Hauppauge, St. Anthony's, Ward Melville, Northport Huntington, and then East Islip. So no easy games for them there, though they have played Northport Huntington and East Islip tough the 2 times prior to playing them upcoming. They do have a victory against the Northport Huntington Tigers. This chance now, nice save McGovern. There's a crashing Richard. Couldn't find it to put it home. Scalaro now will reverse course, send it all the way back. West Islip, after their loss tonight, has 4 games remaining. Smithtown, Hauppauge, St. Anthony's, and Northport. Again, a tough road for them. The 3 games outside of the Ward Melville game. Here's a shot and a save off the shot from Farazi. So it's possible. It is. Is it going to be hard? Absolutely. But Ward Melville can do it. They just got to win. And they're capable of it. We've seen it from them. They have good showings. Some games on their resume. They have their 2 wins against West Islip and against Northport Huntington. Northport Huntington game was a barn burner shootout, 9-7 on a Sunday. They played really well against Kings Park Comac in their second meeting, coming inches away from sending that game to overtime, getting a point, and possibly having a chance to get 2. They obviously did not take that. And they find themselves in the position that they are now. They had a chance against SCHSHL, coming inches away from sending that game to overtime. There was a shot by Clifford sending it wide. Didn't take advantage of that. Alessandro Giulietti made a clutch save at the end as Mangano's shot blocked by Wills. And they lost that game and a possible point there. So opportunities to be had, opportunities not taken advantage of. Really, really putting the Patriots in a tough spot as Magro's feed over. Just a little too far out of the reach. But the Patriots still do have a pulse in this playoff push. It's just a matter now of, can they capitalize? It's time will tell. We're going to find out very quickly because these games are going to happen fast. Like we said, time is ticking. To Paula now. And it's bumped off the puck. The playoffs are going to be tough no matter who's in it. This has been one of the more competitive varsity seasons that we've seen, a 10-team league. Everybody capable of beating everybody on any given night. We've seen it most certainly. Middle Country has picked up a lot of wins after a really tough start. West Islip has picked up some really good wins, an 8-7 overtime win against a Sachem team that had Thomas Kunkowski, who had just lost 1 game with him this season after he missed some time with an injury. They lost a couple tough games. We've seen this East Islip team and Smithtown Hauppauge tie twice. Everybody is even. It's a great playing field. Is Worst now moving and driving to the net, sending it wide. I don't think he ever got the shot away. He still has it. So we'll see. Playoffs are going to be fun. It's going to be a really good time. It's coming up in just over a month. Still trying to lock down the field as Pepe's shot hits the crossbar. We have 5 teams cemented in so far. Kings Park, Smithtown, East Islip, St. Anthony's, and SCHSHL have all locked in their playoff spots. As this puck goes for icing. Connetquot, Sayville, Northport, Huntington, Middle Country, West Islip, and Ward Melville, all still possibilities for spots 6 through 8. And something that we talked about a lot this season, attendance, such a major factor in these games. Any given night, one team could not have everybody that they need there. And that could prove to be the difference. The team doesn't have certain players there on a given night against a Ward Melville team like this who is full rostered, they can take it to them. You smell blood in the water. Know that you need the points, need to make the playoff push to try and get in after falling just a point shy last year. There's players that resonates with, the likes of James Clifford, Jake Mangano. Those guys suffered through it. They know about the adversity that it takes to go to the playoffs and just narrowly missing. Chris Hintz was on the doorstep of it last year with the now non-existent Ice Wolves. They were making a playoff push late in the season, just couldn't finish it off. He knows what it takes. So does the Ward Melville Patriot team have what it takes to dig deep and find something down within themselves and make that push over these last 4 games and try to get into the playoffs? They have talent. They have a really good roster. We'll see if they can do it in the coming weeks and get in and maybe shock some people, because Middle Country and West Islip are having really good ends to their seasons. And they're going to be strong contestants for that 8th and final playoff spot, and maybe even higher. You never know what can happen. It's high school hockey. Like I said, we've seen some very strange things happen this season. Now have a minute to go in the hockey game. East Islip going to take 2nd place and remain just 4 points behind the Kings Park Colmac Knights. The last goal, the 6th goal, was scored by Thomas Ivers on the power play. That was his 7th of the season. As this one sent in front, Clark whacking at it, sending a shot on, a save made by Chris Hintz. On Wednesday, we're back with more varsity doubleheaders. Hintz makes another save. We'll have Connetquot Sayville taking on the St. Anthony's Friars, and Middle Country taking on the Smithtown Hop Hog Bulls. Big implication game there for Middle Country. With West Islip losing tonight, they can really get a nice hold on that last playoff spot as Chris Hintz makes another save on Ryan Clark. Take a 3-point lead over the Lions. 4 games to play. Not an easy hill to climb. Connetquot Sayville looking to possibly gain some ground on SCHSHL, who got just a point in their last game. This will be Connetquot Sayville's 16th game. An inch closer to locking up a playoff spot. They're pretty much a shoo-in, as that shot hits the kick pad of Hintz. But we will see if they can close it out. As East Islip closes this one out, They take the victory here tonight, 6-1 the final. The Chiefs now sole possession of second place, 24 points on the season. They improve to 11-3-2. Award Melville falls to 2-14. With that, that'll do it for us here tonight. First doubleheader of 2023. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in. Hope you did enjoy, and I hope you can tune in on Wednesday for more varsity doubleheader action. Until then, on behalf of everybody here at the LI Sports Network and the fantastic job that everyone is doing to help bring you these great hockey games, I'm Dylan Flynn. Thank everybody for tuning in. I hope you have a happy new year and enjoy the year. I hope it's great to everybody. And we will see you next time right here on the LI Sports Network.